there's a grid of chemtrails in the sky, whatever you want to call these, contrails, whatever you call them. It's undeniable that this is a grid of them, and for those who think that this is just normal exhaust from airplanes, it's not. You just don't know enough about it. Why does it stay there for so long in a line? Why doesn't it dissipate more? It's, it's, people call them chemtrails for a reason. This is a conspiracy that some people are not aware of. For those who aren't aware, look up Operation Indigo Skyfold. And from what I've learned, there's another one being made right now. And why don't you see these all the time? Why don't all airplanes, emit this exhaust all the time if these are just completely natural? Because they're not. So some people will know that different things are being put into the atmosphere for purposes of geoengineering and different reasons. It's not all chemical, so one could say. But I'm not going to go into that here, just to show that they are definitely being created in this grid-like pattern and going on all the time and all over the place. You'll see to different degrees, and again, you will not notice these coming out of airplanes all the time because they're not natural. And, look at a smokestack, the way that billows smoke into the sky, but it dissipates. It doesn't just sit there in the same pattern. I mean, this is the most amount of chemtrails I've seen lately, so this is really a marked increase as of late. There must be some reason for this, an attempt to do something, because I'm outside frequently, and this is the most amount of these I've seen in a while in this location. And there are better ways of geoengineering and more positive ways of doing this. Like if they were releasing gold particulates into the sky, that would be doing something more beneficial for mitigating solar radiation, but they're not. Obviously, gold is a highly prized and valued commodity and resource, arbitrarily in some cases. Hoarding it isn't gonna do anything, but if you use it for certain purposes, it's more valuable, I would say, like protecting the Earth and its citizens. But from what I understand, they're putting things into the sky like aluminums and heavy metals, and from what I understand, certain microscopic technologies. If I mention certain words related to that, this video may be blocked or banned, censored. But you get the idea. Some of it's not all chemicals in these quote chemtrails, but they are definitely there, and this is the most I've seen in a while. So seriously, I'm in this park, this lovely area, frequently, and sometimes multiple times a week if the weather's nice like it is today, and I've never seen this many chemtrails here before. This is an otherwise lovely area, and the sky is usually very blue and unmarked like this, but these things are everywhere right now, and I think this is new ones being made right now, and I think this is a sign of something. I just don't know what exactly. I mean, what I believe and what I've heard is in these things. It's a sign that certain people are ramping up certain agendas, but because again, think about it, your skies do not always look like this, and I know this particular area very well, so I know this is the worst I've seen it. And so yeah, you can't say, oh, this is normal, airplanes do this all the time. Well, why has it never looked like this before? Is this the first time airplanes have ever been in the sky? No. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I don't care if others are afraid to tell the truth or haven't learned certain things yet. From what I've learned, there is nanotechnology as well being sprayed into the skies for us to inhale, for it to merge with human bodies. And yeah, I know it's a conspiracy theory, but you know what? A lot of conspiracy theories turn out to be true if you actually investigate them and don't just dismiss them like some do. And yeah, like where they, as they say, where there is smoke, there's fire, or in this case, where there are chemtrails, there are chemicals and other things being sprayed into the sky. And it is indisputable to me that these are the most chemtrails or contrails I've ever seen in this particular location. And again, I come to this lovely park frequently, and I've never seen this many at once. Again, there's a grid in the sky of these things, and you know, why all of a sudden? This isn't the first time airplanes have ever existed or flown over here, so why all of a sudden right now are these so much more prevalent? Well, there are reasons for everything, and I can't tell everyone everything either, but you know, just from what I've learned, there are suspicious reasons why this is happening right now in October 2021 in Indiana, and obviously other places. And this isn't the only place where this is going on, but anyway, just my perspective and point of view right now. And it's still ongoing. This is about 2 hours after I started filming, and there's still more being created all the time. And the older ones do dissipate eventually, just not very quickly. They're just streaking across the sky. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at a time here. And really quite telling and quite concerning to me. And it's, I guess everyone will interpret and deduce what they will according to their own information and their own perspectives, but for mine, this isn't really a good sign. But either way, it's definitely a sign of something. Just maybe we'll learn more in the future, but for now, that's just the way it is. So, see, here's what the sky usually looks like in this location. I'm still very close to where I was before, and the sky did not look like this earlier. It also looked full of chemtrails, but now it is perfectly blue all over the place. So are you telling me that just airplanes aren't flying right now? No. This is the same day. It's just all of a sudden there was a huge spraying operation going on in this area, and now it's over. So yeah, that's not normally what airplanes look like. None of these places are near a big airport. There's a small one, but still, this is what the sky usually looks like here. So this is, you know, just evidence. I mean, some could say, oh, this isn't the same day, this isn't the same place. I mean, I know it is. I was out here hours ago, and again, the sky was not this clear. And so clearly it's not that there are no airplanes flying now, because there still are. It's just they stopped spraying. And you know what they're spraying, that's obviously up for debate, but because there are different things, to be honest. So here we are in the same park, in the same spot, around the same time of day. It's a couple hours earlier. The sun is over here, and it hasn't, you know, moves across the sky that way. But just showing you how clear it is today, and this is in comparison to the swath or the you know, grid of chemtrails I showed earlier. Again, about a week later, this is the soonest it's been clear again, or a comparable day to what it was before. There's one chemtrail in the sky up there. I don't know if you can see it being made at the moment, but again, this is noticeably different. This is what it usually looks like on a clear day. So big difference compared to the abundance of chemtrails that were being sprayed in the sky last week. And it was obviously an anomaly. I'll pan the whole park area just to show that this is how it normally is. And it's not like there are no planes flying in the sky right now. It's, you know, there hasn't been a major change in the you know, frequency with which people fly places. And again, this isn't even near a major airport. So they're up there all the time, even though you can't see them. It's just the chemtrails are not always activated or not always being sprayed. And again, you can find pictures of videos of planes flying where there is no exhaust coming out of them up in the sky or closer to the ground. So these obviously have the ability to be switched on and off, and are done so with different frequencies, different points for different reasons. On the more positive side of things, another interpretation or possible reason for the increased activity last week was that there has been apparently increased solar activity. So again, one positive use for atmospheric geoengineering is again for blocking solar radiation, cosmic radiation, things like that. But it depends on what you're spraying in the sky. And from what I understand, they have not been spraying gold particles, but things like aluminum and other things which are worse. They're just not as good. And, a lot of people on this planet, have an aberrant valuation of gold, and it just ends up sitting in vaults, not doing anyone any good. So that's, if it was being used properly or used in a more useful way, then that would be a greater value instead of thinking in terms of monetary value. That's unfortunately what a lot of people are doing. They're thinking in terms of cost and value of money instead of cost of human life or the cost of the environment or other costs. They're thinking, oh, what does it cost me in money? Well, what does it cost you to not do something? What does it cost you to keep hiding and hoarding gold and money and other things in vaults from other people, as opposed to using it for benefit of all? Anyway, at least you get a nice beautiful view today. It's much prettier today. Wherever you are, hope you're doing well. Stay happy, healthy, infinite peace, joy, love, and light to all.